Getting the right instrument is critical in ensuring that you have the best possible music learning experience. But the problem is every brand insists that their own digital pianos are the best, and music shops are inherently biased, of course, because when you walk in there, they can only sell you what they have in their shop. You will be tempted into buying a really cheap piano or a keyboard to start off with, but more often than not, your inexperience will result in you being penny wise but pound foolish. Hello there, my name is Jeremy C, a music teacher and musician, and I have made more than 300 unbiased and independent pianos and keyboard reviews as well as tutorial videos in my channel. I am here to teach you what you should look out for when deciding which piano to buy and give you an update on my 6 best affordable beginner digital pianos in early 2020. And these are the exact same 6 pianos I recommend to my very own beginner students based on their budget and their inclinations. Prices do change pretty frequently, so do spend a few minutes to check out the links. All the pianos I recommend need to fulfill these 8 very basic requirements, so do not waste your hard-earned money if the pianos you are considering don't have these 8 features. I am here to help you ensure you don't waste your money getting a beginner piano you will regret buying, and you can start by smashing the like button. The first requirement in a beginner digital piano is that it should come with the full 88 keys. That is to ensure you are able to play full classical piano repertoire pieces as well as songs arranged specifically for the piano. The next thing you want to make sure is that your digital piano has full-size keys. That is to make sure that when you go to any other pianos in the world, they will all be of a standard size. So therefore, avoid mini keys as these are not suitable and you will have an issue adopting to a normal size piano keys. The third thing we want to have is touch-sensitive keys. Expressiveness in music comes from playing louder or softer depending on the mood of the music and the musician. And all real instruments respond dynamically when you play it. It is critical that your piano responds to how hard or how softly you hit the keys. Your piano keys should also be fully weighted just like the keys on a real acoustic piano, and it should also have graded weighting, which means keys on the lower left side of the keyboard is heavier and it gets lighter as you play the higher notes towards the left side of the piano. For those on a very tight budget and you do not want to spend so much, a semi-weighted keys digital pianos is a better choice than one that has no weighting at all. The next thing you want to look out for in your digital piano is that it must come with realistic and expressive piano sound. Sampling technology has come to a stage of maturity that it doesn't cost a lot for the manufacturer to use high quality piano samples on their entry-level digital pianos. The rest of the sounds in the piano may not be the most top-notch, but there is no excuse whatsoever for the default piano voice not to be realistic and expressive. Traditional acoustic pianos have 3 pedals, but most piano players use mainly the sustain pedal 95% of the time, and most piano pieces also require the use of a sustain pedal. So the digital piano in my list needs to have a minimum of a sustain damper input. You also want to make sure that your digital piano comes with a built-in metronome, and that will help you to keep time as well as rhythmic discipline when you are practicing, because nothing sounds worse than a piece of music that is not in time. As a beginner piano student, you are most likely not gonna be playing your pieces very well and you have to keep repeating the same piece of music many times over. And you want to make sure that you can practice quietly without disturbing your family or the roommates in your house, and therefore having a headphones output jack is of critical importance. What are the requirements you look out for when considering a beginner digital piano? Let's discuss this in the comments below. I will start my list of the 6 best beginner digital pianos from the most affordable one to the one that is more premium price. The cheapest piano on my list is the ALESIS RECITAL digital piano. Here's what I like about it. It is the most affordable digital piano to make it on my list in early 2020 for those who are really in a very tight budget. I think this is the very bare minimum you should have in a digital piano. The piano sound in the ALESIS RECITAL may not be the best, but it is definitely decent for the price. You can layer dual voices as well as split voices across the keyboard. It has also got all the usual connectivity options such as headphones, sustain pedal, as well as USB MIDI. It is lightweight for portability and you can power it using both DC power as well as batteries. What is nice is that ALESIS throws in 3 months of lessons with the Scoof app as well as 2 months of live video lessons. What I do not like about the ALESIS RECITAL is that the keys are only semi-weighted instead of being fully weighted, but that is the sacrifice for the cheaper price and lightweight chassis. The ALESIS RECITAL also only comes with 5 voices, and that is fine if you use it primarily as a piano, but the 5 voices can be limiting if you want to explore more musical possibilities. The speakers at 20 watts amplification are powerful enough for playing in a bedroom, but frankly nothing larger than that. And the outputs on the ALESIS RECITAL are the antiquated RCA connectors. Frankly, I don't see any other instruments using these RCA output connectors anymore, and this is a serious flaw if you intend to use it to gig by connecting it to external amplification. One of the reasons why the ALESIS RECITAL is cheap is because its sustain pedal is not included in the package, and all other pianos in my list includes a sustain pedal out of the box. Therefore, you want to make sure that you factor in the cost of buying a sustain pedal. The other thing that I don't really like about the ALESIS brand is that the resale value of ALESIS RECITAL is almost non-existent. So you have to take this into consideration when you buy it. You pretty much have to use it for as long as you can and eventually write off the amount that you paid for it. Prices for the ALESIS RECITAL digital piano start at about $250 US, but the prices do fluctuate pretty frequently, so do check out the links that I have provided in the video description for more updated pricing and information. The next affordable piano on my list for beginners is the Roland Go Piano 88. The Roland Go Piano 88 has a very decent piano sound from the Roland sound library. It also has the usual headphones, sustain pedal, as well as USB MIDI connectivity. The keys are touch sensitive, but they do feel quite a little bit too light. This piano is one of the lightest in this list, and that is of course because the keys are not the most well weighted, and it is one of the best choices if you intend to bring this around everywhere. This is actually one of the most most portable digital pianos with 88 keys on my list. I also do like the fact that Roland has included Bluetooth audio as well as MIDI wireless connectivity. You can then connect the piano to your phone or a computer without cumbersome wires all over the place. The Roland Piano Partner 2 app is also one of the better designed apps on the iOS and Android platform. It is definitely one of the more polished mobile apps out there compared to those by Yamaha as well as KORG. You can also power the Roland Go Piano 88 using DC power or batteries. So here's what I don't really like about the Go Piano 88. Firstly, it has a very limited number of voices. Can you imagine just 4 voices? In this day and age and for this price, I expect it to have at least maybe 10 voices. After all, Roland has so many legacy voices which are very decent in their sample library. There's no reason why it cannot be included into this Roland Go Piano 88. The speaker amplification at 20 watts also clearly lacks a punch. You can definitely hear that the low end of the sound is lacking on this ANEMIC speaker amplification. I also don't like the fact that there isn't any online lessons that is bundled with the Roland Go Piano 88, unlike the other pianos on this list. If this is targeted at a beginner digital piano learner, I think that it is only reasonable that Roland ties up with an online app and just throw in a couple of months of mobile app lessons, online lessons to get the students started. The Roland Go Piano 88 goes for $350 but the price do fluctuate due to seasonal promotions, so definitely do check out the links in my video description for the updated pricing as well as information. The third piano on my list that also features a semi-weighted keys is the KORG B2N. The KORG B2N is the newest model in this entire lineup of 6 keyboards in my list, and here's what I like about it. It is the semi-weighted version of the full-size KORG B2, and this results in a lighter keys and therefore a lighter weight as well as lower price and a more portable package without sacrificing sound quality. You get the same quality 12 voices from the KORG B2. During my very detailed review, which I will put a link right up here, the Italian and German piano samples found on the KORG B2N sounds better than those found on the ALESIS RECITAL and the Roland Go Piano 88. You also get the usual headphones and sustain pedal input, and the standard package comes with a sustain pedal right out of the box. The KORG B2N supports half pedaling, just like a real acoustic piano, but you would definitely need to buy an additional higher end damper pedal for this to work. The USB connection don't just support MIDI, and I like that because it also transmits and receives audio. The biggest advantage of the KORG B2N is that it comes bundled with a generous amount of quality KORG software and apps. You get the KORG Module LE, which comes with loads of additional high quality industry standard sounds, and you also get the KORG GADGET LE, which is a mobile DAW. For those who are not in the know, DAW stands for Digital Audio Workstation, so you can produce multi-track music recordings. And I also like the fact that KORG has bundled a 3 months free subscription to the Scoof piano learning app. One of the benefits of buying into the KORG brand is that KORG products tend to retain their value pretty well compared to other brands like ALESIS and Roland, and that is an advantage should you choose to upgrade your piano in future. Firstly, it doesn't allow any form of voice layering or splitting the voices across the keyboard. But if that's not your kind of thing, then that is just fine. And at this price and in 2020, in my opinion, frankly, this feature should be a standard item. The KORG B2N also uses a proprietary sustain pedal connection, and it is a connector which doesn't feel the most secure. It just feels like it cannot take too many times of being pulled in and out from the proprietary connection. You cannot use the very common third-party pedals and is only forced to use one that is available from KORG and is usually more expensive than third-party sustain pedal. Thankfully, the package comes with a pedal right out of the box. While the bundled software package is excellent value for money and is indeed class leading, it is a pity that the apps are only available on the iOS device. Considering that there are more Android users than iOS users out there in the market, many buyers who are in the Android ecosystem will not be able to use these excellent apps that's bundled with the KORG B2N digital pianos. Due to the lighter weight as well, the amplification on the KORG B2N is also less impressive at only 9 watts. You can power the KORG B2N via an included DC adapter, and there is no battery power option, which is quite a shame considering that it is meant to be lightweight and carried around, so battery operation would be a welcome choice. Out of my list of the semi-weighted beginner digital pianos, the KORG B2N is also the most expensive in this list. Hopefully, with more competition and with seasonal promotions, the price can be brought down a little bit more. So do check out the links I have in the video description for the most updated pricing as well as detailed information. All 3 semi-weighted digital pianos I got for you in this list, which is starting with the ALESIS RECITAL and the ROLAND Piano 88 as well as the KORG B2N, are ideal for beginners, but if the sound quality is more important to you, I would really recommend that you spend a little bit more for the KORG B2N over the ALESIS RECITAL as well as the ROLAND Piano 88. The next 3 digital pianos on my list have fully weighted keys, and because of the full weighted keys, these digital pianos will always almost be heavier than those that are semi-weighted and will also cost more as well. Due to the massive number of digital pianos that Amazon sells, Casio and Amazon has tied up and created the CDP240, which is an Amazon exclusive product. Due to this arrangement between Casio and Amazon, the CDP240 is one of the cheapest fully weighted graded hammer action 88 touch sensitive keys digital pianos, and at just $448 US as at the time of filming this video, it is also of above average quality for this price. The CDP240 is more than a digital piano, it is actually an auto accompaniment arranger piano, and that is why it has 700 tones and 200 rhythms for you to play along with. On the Casio CDP240, you can also find a multi-track recorder compared to the usual single-track recorder found in pianos in this price range. You can also save your data into a memory card for easy recall and playback. The Casio CDP240 also has one of the largest LCD screens in this lineup, and therefore it's also one of the easiest to see which tones and rhythm you have selected. And you get the full ability to split as well as layer the tones, and it also comes with the usual headphones port, sustain pedal port, US MIDI port as well as auxiliary in port. The CDP240 is also the only piano on this list that comes with an arpeggiator function. The arpeggiator function is fun if you want to dabble in some contemporary EDM music in future. There are a few things which I don't like about it, and these are a few shortcomings of the Casio CDP240 which may make or break your purchase decision. It only has 64 notes of polyphony, which is considerably less than the usual 120 notes of polyphony found in other pianos in this price range. If you are a beginner, the 64 notes polyphony is not a deal breaker, but for more challenging classical pieces, you can almost surely experience note drop-off. Casio has also targeted quantity over quality with their tones, so the piano tones in the Casio CDP 240 are less rich and lush than the other pianos in this price range, but in return you do get 700 tones to play around with. These tones are not bad, but they are definitely not class leading. Casios also don't tend to retain their value as well as other brands in my list because they are usually synonymous with calculators and watches, so that may be something you want to take into consideration. However, if price is a concern and you want the very cheapest fully weighted 88 keys touch sensitive piano, do check out the links in the video description for updated pricing and information. The next fully weighted 88 keys digital piano for beginners comes from Yamaha. So the Yamaha P45, also known as the P71, are actually identical digital pianos. The P71 is an Amazon exclusive piano and is usually sold for at least 10% cheaper than the Yamaha P45. So it is quite a no-brainer that you would really just want to pay a cheaper price for the P71 rather than the Yamaha P45 because they are 100% identical. The Yamaha P71 has been out for quite a few years now, but it is still a very popular model because at this price it does three things well. The sound quality from Yamaha is one of the better sounds out there due to Yamaha's renowned AWM sampling technology. The touch response of the keys on the Yamaha P71 is also pretty close to a real acoustic piano. The P71 has a GHS keybed that is identical to those found on the significantly more expensive Yamaha P125 digital piano as well. And because it is a Yamaha, it tends to hold its value pretty well should you decide to sell it and upgrade to another piano later on. As expected on this price range, you can definitely layer the voices on the Yamaha P71. However, not everything is perfect about this Yamaha digital piano. The Yamaha P71 and P45, while being a very competent beginner digital piano, has a few shortcomings. Just like the CDP-240, the P71 comes with 64 notes of polyphony instead of 128 notes found in most respectable digital pianos. This is not a big deal for beginners, as I said earlier on though, but it will be a deal breaker for more intermediate piano players. At this price, I think that Yamaha could have done better than the 10 included voices. The voices are high quality though. What is also disappointing is that there is no built-in song recorder and there is also no app integration. The P45 and P71 were launched earlier, before the whole wave of this mobile app craze, unlike their more recent P125, which has a mobile app, Smart Pianist app integration. And it is a pity that the Yamaha P71 isn't able to split the voices across the keyboard, which quite a number of cheaper pianos are able to do. Nonetheless, the Yamaha P71 is a very balanced and competent beginner piano at this price point. Prices definitely do fluctuate very frequently between the P71 and the P45, so do check out the links in my video description to get the most updated pricing and information. The next beginner digital piano on my list comes from Roland and it is the FP10. When Roland released the FP10 a few months ago, I was literally scratching my head. For a price of $499 US, you're getting the exact same PH4 key action and keybed as the Roland FP30 digital piano, which costs 200% more at $1,500 US. You also get simulated ivory feel key tops on the white keys and even the escapement action of an acoustic piano. Wow, at this price point, without a doubt, of all the pianos in this list, the FP10 has the closest feel to an actual acoustic piano. And at just $499 US, it is definitely a steal considering what you're getting in the package. And to be expected, the Roland FP10 does support half pedaling to bring up the lush nuance of Roland's supernatural sound engine found on this piano. In this list and at this price point, Yamaha's AWM and Roland's supernatural sound engine are literally the best in the industry. The Roland FP10 also comes with 5 levels of touch sensitivity compared to the usual 3 levels found on other models. Little details found on acoustic pianos such as string resonance, damper resonance, as well as key of resonance are also standard on the Roland FP10. On other competing brands, these features are only found on digital pianos that cost many thousands of dollars more. The Roland FP10 also comes with 15 high-quality bread and butter voices. You will have most of the voices a beginner will need for quite a couple of years. The other unique feature of the Roland FP10 is that it supports both Bluetooth audio as well as Bluetooth MIDI. This is quite a rare find on digital pianos of this price point. Most don't support Bluetooth audio, and to talk about Bluetooth MIDI is literally unheard of in this price level. And the Bluetooth audio and Bluetooth MIDI allows you to wirelessly connect to mobile apps as well as your computer for more advanced music production when you need it. And Bluetooth MIDI is definitely a pleasant surprise because you will not even find it in Yamaha's digital pianos costing in excess of $5,000. Roland's Piano Partner app is one of the most polished and advanced among the competition. It literally has features, functions, as well as the ease of connecting between the piano and the app. There is really no competition when it comes to this regard. You also get the standard headphone support, a metronome, as well as a USB connectivity. However, nothing is perfect, and at $499 and with such a compact form factor, something must be sacrificed. Here's what I don't really like about the Roland FP10. Firstly, the construction is made primarily of hard plastics. You do get quite a number of visibly exposed screws on the bottom as well as the rear of the chassis. While it is lightweight, you would definitely have to be careful when moving it around for gigs. At this price of almost $500, I would have also expected a better constructed damper pedal to be included with the Roland FP10. The one that comes with the Roland FP10 just looks pretty cheap looking and doesn't instill confidence that it will last a long time. The lack of a stereo 1/4 inch output also limits the ability of the Roland FP10 to hook up to an external PA system. I guess Roland doesn't want to cannibalize the sales of their more expensive models, and therefore they have left out the stereo 1/4 inch outputs. The built-in speakers of the FP10 also don't do very much justice to the rich voices found on this digital piano. For the best sound experience on the Roland FP10, I would really recommend that you use headphones over the speakers. For small bedrooms, I think the speakers are fine, but I really wouldn't depend on the speakers for any sort of serious performances. Prices do fluctuate very much for the Roland FP10, so definitely do check out the links in the video description and you can find updated pricing as well as more detailed information that you might be looking for. I hope you found my unbiased and independent recommendation and review based on my personal experience to be helpful. So do give this video a like, subscribe if you haven't done so. My name is Jeremy C and I'll see you soon.